Hey there everybody, it's me, Alicia. Okay, so we've been talking about creating and having the life that you really want. And first of all, I just want you guys to check in with yourself and see, do you really believe that you can literally have the life that you want? Like literally. See, I believe that we can really have, do, or be anything that we want to have, do, or be. But it's taken a long time for me to get this from my head knowledge to my heart knowledge, from the place where I know it to I believe it. Does that make sense? So I want to help you guys find your way to believing it. Hey there, Dolores. Welcome on. Okay, so with that being said, now I want to start talking about some of the things that holds us back. And I think some of the biggest things are things that fall under the chapter of unconscious belief systems, or I say unconscious, most people say subconscious. I like saying unconscious because sometimes we don't even know what they are. Like we literally don't know what those things are that are actually the things that are causing us to be held back, okay? And I may have told you guys some of mine that I've been running around with for years are struggle and lack, and just feeling like other people get to have that, I don't. I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, I don't get to have that, I don't deserve to have that. Like they all kind of fall under that umbrella. And the way that in Upper Limiter, so Gay Hendricks talks about in The Big Leap, if you guys haven't read that, or The Joy of Genius, really great books. But he talks about what he calls the upper limit problem. So basically it's like this, how good can you really handle your life? Like how good do you want it to be? So for example, have you ever been in a place in your life where things were really good and you were really happy and you maybe even thought, wow, this is amazing. Like why isn't my life always like this? And you either go into running thoughts of anxiety or fear, or you may pull one of my card tricks out, which is self-sabotage, so sabotaging a situation. And some of the ways that we tend to sabotage are things like drinking too much, eating too much, spending too much. I've been really good over the years about getting big lump sums of money, or even creating a really great paycheck and then getting rid of the money as fast as I could. And then wondering what's wrong, like why I don't have any money, or running up debt. Like that's a really great thing I like to do too, or have liked to do in the past. I shouldn't claim that at all for certain. But you could also maybe be in a really great relationship and do things to sabotage the relationship, like flirting with somebody else online, or be getting angry for no reason. He actually talks about in his book about how when we get in a place of real good intimacy and closeness, we'll do something or behave in a certain way that is just being rude or ugly or mean, or nitpicking or things like that. I've probably done everything we've talked about there. Drank too much, ate too much, spent too much, got rid of money as fast as I could, done things in my relationship that I'm embarrassed to say or not really that proud of because of, oh there goes my husband right now, because of this upper limit problem or these self-sabotaging behaviors. And the other concept is when things are going really good and you just start having fear or running thoughts, or you go into worry, like excessive anxiety and worry over something that there's no proof that there's anything to be worried about, but you're like manufacturing something to be worried about. Have you ever done that? So those are a couple of things to look at. Let me see. And I mentioned before that these are the things that keep us trapped. These are the things that we actually become slaves to but it's really because we don't know what they are. And I really like Dr. Joe Dispenza's concept of we can check in not only by our behaviors and see kind of where our problem, our unconscious belief systems and subconscious belief systems and upper limit problems are, but we can also feel it in the body. So he talks about the body being the unconscious mind. So you can feel it through anxiety and stress and worry and all those kind of things. You can feel those limiting beliefs in your body. So I think that's really cool to check in with your body. So we have the upper limit problem, which is literally your thermostat that says, I can only handle things this good. We have the self-sabotaging, subconscious, unconscious belief systems that have been passed down to us, given to us, that we've picked up along the way, that we've decided to take on ourselves because of life experiences, all of those things. So how good do we really want it to be? So I'm going to talk a lot more as we go further about how we can find those things and really become the creatures that we were designed to be. So, quick story. There was a time I actually had cancer when I was, I think, 35 years old. And I believe that now where I am, I believe that I actually created or manufactured cancer in my body, okay? And it was in my thyroid, which is like where you speak from. And I couldn't speak my truth for the longest time. But I knew enough to know and studied for years from the nutrition perspective that I could heal my body through the way I ate, through the way I think, through my relationships, through sunshine, through fresh air, through all the pillars of health. And now I literally believe that we can spontaneously heal our bodies. So that's how deeply I believe. Like, I literally believe that we can do anything. And I really want to help you guys get to that place where you know that you know that you know that you know that you can literally have the life you want. Now here's the scary part about that. When you look at your life and you say, I literally can have the life of my dreams, anything that I want, well then why don't I? Well, that means you're responsible. And so you have to take a really good look and say, everything I have is what I've created. The life I have is exactly the one I've created for myself. So that's the responsibility part, right? And if you're willing to own that responsibility and take that responsibility on, then you can change it. Okay, so at first it's kind of like, oh, I created this life. Oh, this is horrible. Okay, but you know what? That's the case. If I created this, I can create anything I want. I just have to get to the place where I want amazing things for myself, where I can handle living in my zone of genius, as Gay Hendricks talks about. Like, I can literally take the most happiness, love, joy, fulfilled, dashing life that I could ever imagine, that I can have that. I can create it for myself. And it's actually all 100% possible for me. So I want you to marinate on that a little bit, and we're gonna go, every time we talk, we're gonna go a little bit deeper into this concept and add another layer to it. So as we move through this journey, you can really get it into your soul. So far, what you've been asked to do is, do you believe it? Now make a choice. What do you really want to create for your life? What do you want to have? Pick one thing, because we can't hyper-focus strongly on a lot of things all at one time. You can have a degree of balance, but if you really want something big, you have a huge goal, which is what I'm asking for you guys to do. And huge means huge for you, okay? Not huge for me, but huge for you. Then let's have a hyper focus on that. Let's feel what it feels like, smell what it smells like, taste it. I want it to be three-dimensional for you. I want you to be able to just see it with everything that you have. I want you to feel it with everything that you have. And then now let's think about, how good do you really want your life to be? How good are you willing for your life to get? And when you get that concept, like, how good do you really want it to be? And identify some of the times that you've created or manufactured either sabotage or your upper limit problem has gotten in your way. Now, there's no judgment around this, guys. It just is what it is. We're just observing right now. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm looking forward to moving through this journey with you some more. See you guys later. Have a good evening.